r/ask Reddit. What is a weird trend that existed that everyone forgot about? That era during the 2000s early 2010s when every popular song got an Alvin and the Chipmunks cover. Still can't believe we survived that. That's on a 30-year cycle. 1950s. Original Chipmunks have albums and puppet appearances. 1980s. Saturday morning cartoon. Actually pretty good. Done by the original guy's son. 2000s also the son's property. But I think he licensed it instead of doing it himself. Keep an eye out for a revival on whatever people are into in 2030 or so. As a Goodwill employee, I can assure you that none of these trends are really gone. They're just $2.99 on a back shelf. I find it very reassuring that I can go to Goodwill and find something that cheaply to remind me of yesteryear. Planking. That trend where people would post pictures lying down in odd places. My favorite example of this was one of someone lying across the humps on a McDonald's sign. I always thought the planking thing was kinda dumb, but that was just impressive. That period in the late 90s and early zeros when near inflatable furniture was popular. Two dudes in my dorm got a bunch of those things, stuck Velcro on the bottom and on the ceiling, and had easy chairs that stashed completely out of the way when they weren't in use. Ducking brilliant. Buys inflatable chairs to save space when they aren't needed, blows them up one time, says duck that and heads out to buy Velcro. That Flappy Bird video game. Didn't the creator just delete it? Yeah, he was getting death threats and stuff. The poor lad got picked on by the whole internet for making a silly game that somehow went more popular than anything else. The weird obsession with mustaches in 2013 or whatever year it was. Don't forget bacon. The default subs were all mustaches and bacon back then. And narwhals. The Harlem Shake. God, that was so weird. I mean, a trend started by Filthy Frank of all people is gonna be pretty weird. Flash mobs? Oh god. OMG, ask me anything. Zing flash mob in Adelaide Morlongs. Video has 10 people in it. When I was a kid, early 90s, the kids around my neighborhood were into marbles. Almost everyone I knew had some and we'd all play each other for trades. Then Pokemon came along. Wow, you completely skipped Jax, Pogs and Tamagotchi. When swing music and swing dancing was really popular for like 6 months in 1998. Squirrel nut zippers and cherry poppin' daddies. Don't forget the best one. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. They were in swingers. Those creepy clowns showing up everywhere in 2016. A simpler time. Remember silly bands? Everyone wanted character/animal object shaped rubber bands on their arm. We all traded them for ones we wanted more and whoever had the most was the coolest. Some kids went as far as wearing them so tight they left marks. Then after about a year they dropped off the face of the earth and no one ever discussed them again. And slapbands where IT would be a bracelet and you would slap IT on your wrist. Fidget spinner. From 2017. This trend came in just like that, and within a few months, it was completely forgotten about. Wait, that was 3 years ago? Jeez. I got I think 8 in that short amount of time. And I got into it towards the end of it. Now I just see one around my house every once in a while and get inexplicably angry. In middle school, guys would wear extra long belts and it would dangle off to the side. In the 80s, there was a certain look. Thick socks, scrunched up. Best was to wear 2 pairs and alternate layer them. Then, a too large button-up shirt with some kind of graphic pattern. Sleeves rolled up. You had to not tuck that in, yet wear a thin belt over it, tightly at your waist. Finally, the hair. People remember the hair. A fringy bang over the forehead, but then a big, high roll coming up from the top of forehead too. So much hairspray. I was taught by an older girl who really nailed this look that the way to get the highest roll up top involved toothpaste for the added texture and hold. She also taught me how to put on eyeliner. So much blue eyeliner. People remember the neon and weird patterns of the 80s, but have missed these fine details. May they never return. Edited to add. LA Gear high tops and multiple laces were the right shoe for this look. Or the side ponytail that had to be at just the right angle so it didn't mess with the popped collar. 2 different color layered polos. Yeah, but there was a version of this that was ducking hot. When girls would wear a long sweater or even a men's style button down with a belt. No pants or tights. They wore it like a dress. I could never pull that look off. I was 5 feet 11 inches and could never get a shirt or sweater that was long enough to wear like that. In, like, 1999 or 2000, yo-yos got popular in a big way. A bunch of kids did tricks with them. Everyone wanted one. And then it just ended. Everyone seems to remember slap bracelets and pogs from around the same time, but no one remembers the yo-yo obsession. Haha, I remember this. My grandma took me to see a professional yo-yoer at the local mall. I got a high-speed some each with bearings and a belt holster for Christmas. Did not make me as popular as I dreamed it would. Turns out if a weird kid is good at yo-yo tricks, it actually just makes them more weird. Who knew? The Vuvuzela. Everyone had one of those 10 years ago. Yep, during World Cup in 2010. Thanks to one popular song in the 90s, everyone was obsessed with Gregorian chants for a few months. It didn't even seem that weird at the time. Butterfly clips. I wore butterfly clips and velcro faux gemstones in my hair to my high school prom. And yes, my prom dress had spaghetti straps. Why do you ask? Gangnam Style dance. 2012. Nope, I'm still rocking that. If my little kid family members ever come over, we dance to that, and what does the fox say? Good times. Pair those up with thrift shop and some Minecraft parodies and you've got the ultimate 2012 lineup. That graffiti, yes, that people would draw back in school on their papers. Kids are still doing that in school. Platform shoes. Butterfly hair clips. Fubu. Jinkos. Pencil thin eyebrows. Wearing dresses over bell-bottom jeans. Basically, an entire Delia S or Alloy magazine. This just transported me back to freshman year in such a visceral way. Every detail of your post is exactly spot on. Whoa, haven't thought about Delia S or Alloy in 23 years. What a timestamp. Thank you for this. Now where did I put my garbage and Bush CDs? Mannequin challenge. Hypercollar shirts. Showing your age there, pal. I had one. Pumped up kicks. Not the song. The actual athletic shoes with the tiny air pumps in them. Reebok pumps. Making friendship pins with tiny colored beads strung on little gold safety pins. We lace them through our gym shoes. Cinnamon challenge. Ice bucket challenge. Probably one of the better crazes causes that came about. The guy that started it recently passed away who had ALS. Wasn't it weird that the penalty for not donating to ALS was to get the ice dump? But everyone just started doing the ice dump for likes and ALS was kind of just an afterthought. Cup stacking. We were literally all encouraged to become expert kids who could stack cups quickly and in the correct formation. Go to love public school. In the late 90s there was a trend where you wore flannel pajama bottoms like they were pants. Trapper keepers. Right now I'm watching the episode of Cobra Kai where Johnny mentions it. Trying to get famous hurting ourselves. Ayla jackass. Even after the disclaimer was added to the show, we were still going down slides on skateboards, stacking skate decks and going down massive hills, shopping cart jousting, skitching, blanket parties, BB gun tolerance tests. The list goes on. I have the scars and flashback trauma to prove it. Being emo and listening to Good Charlotte. Power balance bracelets, they were insanely popular and it was absolutely insane that they were. That time in high school when the weird thin plastic bracelets girls would wear meant different sex acts they'd done based on the colors. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.